All right, welcome to the final match of the Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament here on October 9th, 2016 at Sparetime Recreation in Augusta, Maine. I am Tournament Director James Goulding III, and I have with me a couple of special guests. Number one, I have fellow Brunswick staff member Scott Moore, owner of Moore's Pro Shop and one of our tournament sponsors with me. How you doing today, Scott?
Good, good. Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be back on the broadcast.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for coming in, Scott. And I also have my teammate on my Tuesday Night League, Mike Desmo. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, great. Thanks, James. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be a part of this broadcast. First time doing it, and it's going to be a great match today between Mike Klosin and Larry King.
Absolutely, Mike. We have two really good bowlers, a couple of out-of-staters here coming in, Larry King and Mike Klosin. Mike Klosin was our top seed today. Larry came in as the number 2 seed, and as you see, they're now bowling in the championship match. We had 50 bowlers today for our tournament here. We took 12 cash qualifiers into our first eliminator round. Bowled on the 2008 Bowler's Journal oil pattern, 38 feet, pretty flat pattern. Scott, Mike, you guys both bowled on this. Scott, I'll start with you. What did you think of the pattern and how did it play for you on the right side?
Honestly, I thought it was pretty playable, really. I mean, for me, if I got it out at all past 7, 8, it just hung out there. There was very little recovery, and I didn't have a very good look playing, down the outside part of the lane. I moved inside, used a polished BTU for pretty much all of qualifying, and that ball just kept me out of trouble. Didn't do anything crazy. Played in around 15 with it, and had a pretty decent look. But they were definitely very tight. They didn't give you much.
Yeah, Mike, you're out there, you bowled today. You usually play a little bit of a tighter line. You're a little more up the back of the ball. What did you think? How did they play for you out there today?
Yeah, I agree. I think, obviously it comes down to dispersion. You try to get the ball too far outside, and there's just not a lot of reaction with the flat pattern. I was using a pin-up high wire, and I saw a lot of good reaction down lane if you could get behind the ball and not try to do too much with it. Stay in. I was playing right around probably 9-10 with the ball down lane, and as long as you stayed slow and consistent, you got a good reaction out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Make it spare was the name of the game. Here you see Mike Klosin striking in the second frame, so Mike has 9 spare strike, Larry 9 spare 9. Mike takes a 1-pin lead after 2, can increase that to 11 here with a double in the third. Mike using right now, looks like he's using a roto grip hectic. So, go over the qualifying scores. It took a 746 for 4 games to get in, minus 54 pace. So, again, typical M.I.S.T tournament, under 200 average to get in. Tournament leader was only plus 46, so you only had a 100-pin difference between tournament leader and the guy that was the last qualifier. So tournament leader today after 4 was Steve Hardy Jr., 846, then John Bercier with 839, Larry King 832, Joe Colcord 812, Mike Klosin 809, Tom Young 808, Scott Moore 798, Tyler Copeland 796, Valerie Bercier 788, Brian Gaskell 786, Joe Ramsdale III 768, and Nick Furrow was our last qualifier with 746. So those 12 bowled the first eliminator game. That got their 4-game average got added to that first eliminator game. And finishing in 7th place was Tyler Copeland. 8th place was Brian Gaskell. 9th was Steve Hardy Jr. 10th, Valerie Bercier. 11th, Joe Ramsdale III. And 12th, Nick Furrow. 6 had advanced out of that round, bowled a second eliminator game. And the top 4 made our step ladder finals. And finishing in 5th place was Tom Young. And 6th place was Scott Moore, who's sitting right next to me. So 4th qualifier was Joe Colcord, 3rd was John Bercier, and then 2nd Larry King, and our top seed Mike Klosin. So in our championship round here, first game Joe Colcord beat John Bercier 159 to 155. Second game Larry King defeated Joe Colcord 200 to 172. I can add a 2 to it.
It's closer.
So that sets up this championship match between the 1 and 2 seed, Mike Klosin and Larry King. Scott, you finished top 6 today. Great finish for you. First Miss tournament of the year for you. You weren't able to make it last month, but you know, how did they play for you as the day went on when you went into that first and then second eliminator round? What was the differences? I saw you kind of change equipment a little bit, kind of in between like a Fanatic, maybe a BTU, tried the Rhino a little bit, looked like. So just kind of describe that for us. Let us know how that went.
Really, the big change for me was trying to. They started to open up a little bit more as we got into the match play or the elimination rounds, and it was all about just creating enough angle to create hold. You know, that middle part of the lane is not, even though it seems like there's a ton of oil there. I didn't have the hold that I felt I needed, so I just kept trying to move left and create that hold with angle. And for me, it really just came down to I didn't make great shots.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole day, I did enough to get through and not get in trouble. But I've just had a rough start to the season, and honestly, pretty happy to bowl as well as I did today.
Yeah, you can't complain making a top 6 finish, and you know the first Miss tournament you competed in, and things look like they're starting to come together. So that's always good news.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And Mike, you bowl here with me on Tuesday nights, obviously on a regular house shot. The fronts here tend to be a little bit higher friction where they're a newer lane surface, something that wasn't here before. This is all new for this season. The backs are still those kind of weaker back end reactions, so it does kind of make for a strange ball reaction once in a while when they break down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Mike didn't like that one off his hand. You could tell he got around it, got it out a little wide. Didn't think it was going to corner. That ball came flying back from Mike. And he's going to take that strike and be happy with it.
Absolutely. Seems to be quite an adjustment with the new heads here.
Yeah. And if you watch where Mike was playing earlier, he was playing a little bit tighter line, a little bit more off the back of the ball. When he was bowling a practice game here and warming up before this match, he moved in and started really getting around the ball, playing in, kind of soft wheeling it a little bit.
Yep.
I think he really fell in love with that kind of reaction over on lane 24 when he was practicing. Went to the hectic over there, tried a couple of different balls, but kind of settled on that. And I'll tell you what, that's paying dividends here in this match.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, right now he's got a lead. You know, Larry's got 33 in the fourth. He spares this. He'll have 64. He had 44 in the third. Spared this. He's got 64 now in the fourth with a spare in the fifth. You know, Mike now has a 26-pin lead. Can make that 36 if he strikes in the sixth when he comes up. So Larry's going to have to get on the horn here a little bit, or else he's going to find himself with a second-place check in a hurry.
It's working well for Mike tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it just kind of clears that mid lane a little bit for him, where he's kind of getting around the ball a little bit, saves a little bit more energy for the back part of the lane. And you know, Mike can control ball reaction as well as anyone I've ever seen. So it is not a surprise to me that Larry using a Radical Guru, a little bit of surface on it, pretty big motor in that ball. And you see that, now it looked like a ring 7, like it might have went long. I think sometimes what happens with that is the ball actually kind of hooks a little bit, kind of sets up, and then almost, you know, kind of slides through a little bit at the back. So, although sometimes you think that the ball's going a little long, it's actually not. It's actually hooking a little early, and then kind of hooking late again. It kind of slides through that kind of back part of the lane a little bit. I get that reaction here just because those back ends can be kind of funky. So.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier today about getting a ball that goes clean through those heads and then it kind of reacts a little bit stronger on the back end. The key definitely when that transition, the ball wants to hook and slides a little bit through that back end.
It's really tough. Really tough on a shot like this too, because you know you want to trust the ball through the front part of the lane, but you don't really trust it to hook all that much on the back part of the lane.
Sure.
So you start playing. You know, you grab it, you miss it, you grab it, you miss it.
Yeah, all of a
Next thing you know, you got a 150.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. You know, it's not like you're going to throw the 5 or 6 bagger behind it like you would on a house shot to make up for one open. It's
Yeah,
it's kind of grinding it out.
You got to trust it. Try not to do too much to it. And let it roll like it's supposed to.
It's funny though, because this shot here, and there wasn't a lot of guys here that play super inside out. There wasn't a lot of righties that get into fifth arrow on here. So you never really saw anyone go super deep on the right side. The left side actually looked like the outside part of the lane was playing a little better than the inside part. I thought any lefties that kind of got in, they got really kind of weird, you know. So there wasn't a lot of traffic in there. So
I threw about 3 balls on the outside part of the lane and pretty much gave up on it at that point and said, this is not where I want to be.
Yeah.
It was kind of squirrely out there. The hook, it wouldn't hook. It's like, this is definitely not the spot to be playing around with.
That was a great break there, tripping that two pin out. That looked like it had 210 written all over it. So, Mike's sitting on 126 in the 6 right now. Larry hanging out now, so he's not out of the match. I mean, Larry comes up in the 7, strikes. 23.
It's not much.
No,
one open on this and you're right back in.
Oh, absolutely. And even if Mike spares it, like Larry comes up and doubles, he shaves off, he's down to 13 pins. Anything can happen at that point. So, on these shots, you are never out of a match. Good cover there by Mike. And while we haven't met, we'd like to thank our tournament sponsors. First, our oldest sponsor, M.I.S.T Pro Shop. Thank you, Scott, for M.I.S.T Pro Shop supporting us again this season.
Pleasure to be with you.
And we'd also like to thank Brunswick Bowling. We drew for a brand new Brunswick Mastermind Strategy bowling ball today, which was won by one of our Portland supporters, Christy Marquis. So well done, Christy, on getting that ball, which she will have drilled by M.I.S.T Pro Shop, of course. And we'd also like to thank our other sponsors, John Bavoy and Bowl Pro Sales, for providing Knockout Cleaner, which was won by Katie Lawrence today. So she walked away with a new bottle of Knockout Cleaner. I'd also like to thank Joe Kenny and Maine Clockworks for providing our beautiful clock for our tournament champion. He made some half pins for us this year. Some game-worn pins, if you will, so people can get the experience of being on the lanes when they're telling time at home. Also like to thank Aaron Tivitot, who provided a beautiful painted artwork, framed artwork for our tournament champion today. You can check out Aaron's work at Tibo Art, T-I-B-O Art on Facebook. And you can also find Maine Clockworks on Facebook for Joe Kenny's work. He does fantastic work for us. All kinds of different things for your home. He doesn't do just clocks. That was a great shot by Larry. Nice ring 7, 2 straight ring 7s on that lane. He's got to make some kind of move over there. Larry 103 in the 6, down 23 still with a strike in the 7th. He spares this. I think Larry will, great spare shooter, really good bowler. I would definitely expect him to make this spare. He does. And I'd also like to thank our other sponsors, bowlingchat.net. Gives us a web space provided for us to put up our tournament results. Go to www.bowlingchat.net. You get some great information from some of the greatest minds in the bowling industry. You can talk bowling, layouts. There's a forum to talk non-bowling items. You can kind of hang out in there and learn a lot. So there's some good stuff. Also like to thank our newest sponsor this year, Twisted Tees, who have teamed up, and they make apparel for 12bagger.com. And Twisted Tees, located right up here in the Augusta area, Lisa and Don Austin. They are providing a performance t-shirt for every tournament champion this season.
That was a great shot by Mike. He did a lot of hold down lane.
He did, that was a nice ball. And you can find Twisted Tees right on Facebook or online. They're really good apparel. I have a shirt by them. They do a good job. But a good shot there by Mike. Ball just never quite made that corner on the back. You see it just kind of flattened out as it hit the pocket. I think he'll take that though. He's happy with 9 spare here. And Mike's going to carry that 23-pin lead here into the 9th frame.
You can see how he's attacking him. I mean, he's moved way left and he's just basically, getting the ball just past the head pin daily and hooking it back in, not giving the pocket away, staying out of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he was kind of experimenting with that in practice because no righties had really kind of gone in there and done that today. There wasn't a lot of righties playing super deep. Like you were saying, you were kind of in a little, but you weren't really trying to kind of spin the ball and get it down lane like that.
I didn't move in fast enough.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I doubted what was going to happen there and kind of kicked myself at the end because I should have moved in more. But hindsight, 2020, right?
All right, to me, this is a must strike for Larry. He's got to go to the mattresses, as I say.
Good shot.
Oh, good off his hand. Oh, just a pinch high for a 6-pin. Good ball though there, but I think Larry's making that adjustment for those 2 ring 7s that he left. Got a little bit more on that ball. Got it in maybe a board or 2, which was probably the right move. You don't want to sit there and keep bringing 7 pins all day. You got to make some kind of move to try to strike. So I expect Larry to make this again. Hook.
Oh.
That's a death nail right there. That one hurts. So. There's our own John Burks here, who had a top 4 finish today. deviate bowling. So Larry just kind of finishing out the match here. He knows he's pretty much out of wood. That spare the ninth frame sealed it. So
that was a big part of the day too. You know, it was hard enough to get there, and then when you did get there, the carry was rough.
yeah, it wasn't the easiest for sure.
No,
And,
no.
when
That's
you,
why we're here.
When you come to a M.I.S.T tournament, you know that you're going to be facing those kind of circumstances. And if you can get to 200, you've always got a chance to win. So that's what we like about it. That's what we try to do. I'd also like to, while we have a few minutes, thank Donna Bowden and all of our staff here at Sparetime Recreation in Augusta, Maine. They do a great job of getting us up here while we host the M.I.S.T tournament in her center.
We got a $5 bet on whether this ball strikes or not.
$5 bet on whether this ball strikes or not. I think Larry's going to make the move. I put my money on Larry here. I think this ball's going to be aces.
Good shot.
Oh! So not only does Larry lose the match, he loses the bet. That hurts.
At least it wasn't 5 a pin.
Good call, Scott. Absolutely. And Mike's just taking his victory lap. Mike will be representing the Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament at the USBC Masters coming up in February. He won our Masters of Lane tournament this spring.
It's okay to smile, Mike, when you win. You can smile, yeah?
So Larry finishes with a 168 game to take home a second place check today. Nothing to cry about there for sure. Larry did a great job all day.
Good job, Larry.
Thank you.
Great job, Larry. Good job, buddy.
Good job, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you. M.I.S.T, great tournament. Everybody should come out to it.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate it, buddy.
Good place for it.
There it is, Mike. Anyone going to put $5 down if he makes this one?
No, I got
No?
10 to 1. I had the win to make that much money today.
Good. I gotta get his other stuff so we can
So Mike finishes off the game with a nice 205 to 168 tournament win to take home his first tournament victory of the season. Great job by Mike Klosin today. And I honestly think that his game plan going into that game, if he didn't bowl that practice game and kind of figured something else out, that was a whole different match. I mean, but that's why, you get up there, you say, you know what, this is the time to try it, let me do it now. So congratulations to Mike Klosin for the victory. For Scott Moore, I'm James Goulding III. We'll see you next month in Brunswick, Maine for the next Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament. Check us out on Facebook under Maine Invitational Scratch Tournament, or join us at www.mist.bowlingchat.net so you can get the schedule, results, everything you want up there. Thanks for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it.
Come on, bowl!